look, all that shit ain't got nothing to do with the person either. It was the sun sets, the sun falls. It's all metaphysical anyway.
Yeah.
So see, to even have like human conversations, we have to say him or she. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get into all that. You know what I'm saying? I just bring the foundational meaning of things, and I either create something from scratch, or I bring it to the. If I'm using a symbol that's identified by somebody else, I'm only using the principal meaning of it. Nothing else, nothing more. You know, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
Ain't no plagiarism. You ain't claiming it for like yourself.
Who has the copyright for that? just let me know.
It sounds kind of pimpy. It sounds kind of like.
Look, who has the trademark? We can go to the patent office right now.
What the name of this show?
I Talk Gray.
I Talk Gray.
Are you a business owner, entrepreneur, entertainer, and you got a story to tell? You want to get your brand out there to the world? Well, you reached the right place. Let's set up an exclusive interview between me and you. I Talk Gray, and we're going to go ahead and get your brand out there to the world. But here what you do. Go ahead and send me an email with the words gray at italkgraymedia@gmail.com. See you soon.
Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Williams. I Talk Gray, where we talk about the gray areas of business because it's never just black and white. Man, I'm so appreciative for everybody continuously tapping in. We got another great guest today, as you already know. But if you like everything I've been putting out, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Like, comment, share, all your friends out there. You already know. Man, I got a heavy hitter in the building. Generalhail.
Peace.
How you doing, brother?
I'm all good. All good.
All right. Let's get that in there. Yeah. Okay. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm amazing. I appreciate you guys having me out here for sure.
Of course. I see you in the, I don't even know what to call it, drip or ensemble drip.
It's our conscious drip. You know, this is part of the, the Malachi culture.
All right.
Yeah.
We definitely going to get into that, man.
Yeah. Dress code, the juries, and all that stuff.
Yeah. So where you flying out of from?
Chicago.
All the way from the Chi.
Mm-hmm.
How was that flight, man?
Oh, good. About 2.5 hours.
It was 2.5 hours? Mm-hmm. It's 2.5 hours from Chicago?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the weather like up there?
It's pretty much, it ain't like this, but, you know.
Okay.
It's decent. Yeah.
Okay. So I saw a video online. So, like, you could just walk through TSA. You ain't got to get searched or nothing like that. What's up?
Well, we was operating in our private capacity, utilizing our foreign national Malachi passports. Mm-hmm. So, typically, they give us diplomatic treatment.
Okay. So you say diplomatic treatment, like you could just walk straight through without getting searched?
Yeah, pretty much. If you, have diplomatic passports and diplomatic status, that's typically what they do. It's more of an expedited, transport.
So you ain't got to go through the x-ray, nothing?
Nah, it really depends on, the agent and, if they identify us, if they're familiar with us and stuff like that. But typically that's typically how it is on the domestic side.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we're going to definitely get into that. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, some James Bond type ish going on.
Just extra benefits of being a part,
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you grew up in Chicago or no?
South side, yeah.
South side Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like, kind of tell us how that experience was growing up. Because I heard South side Chicago kind of rough, man.
I mean, sometimes it was a risk factor going to the gas station,
Wow.
Getting back.
I don't know nothing about that, but I've seen, stuff on TV.
Yeah.
So, like, how was that? Like, I mean,
we was stuck to a block, stuck to a particular block, But in my time period coming up, it was more so, it was still organized to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was like organized chaos, but but your neighbors, like when we had actual neighborhood, everybody know your family, know your mama, know your grandma, where the next door neighbor can give your son a whooping and vice versa. The block raised each other. You see what I mean? So now it was a village. It was a village for real. Yeah. Now once you leave the village and go off the block, it's a different story, But we traveled in packs, usually, and that's kind of how we survived,
Okay, so I mean, what was your family structure like? Was your dad in the home, mom in the home? What was that like?
So luckily, you know, my father was around, you know, so had a pretty balanced relationship on that. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, no, didn't have the privilege of having them all in one household. You know, so I grew up half of my life, you know, on the south side of the Wild Hunters of Chicago, with my grandmother, but we always kind of in one house, which is my mother's side. So my grandmother, my mother, uncles, aunties, all of us in one house. And then, you know, ironically, on my father's side, they were they was on the south side Wild Hunters as well, maybe like 6 blocks down, you know, you know, they're on 111th, we on 112th, you know, and, you know, that we also had a big family house there. We had probably the biggest house in the hood, you know, on my father's side, you know, in which, you know, the grandmother, uncles, and father, everybody was in that house. So I kind of had a unusual, you know, dynamic as far as household and family structure, even though I didn't have the privilege of having kind of, you know, the mother and father up under one household type deal. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So
did that affect you at all, like with your school and anything like that?
I think when it really affected me, it was when I think during high school. I think high school, because high school is that was a point of transition for me where my mother was actually moving here. Because my mother stays here right now, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's right out here.
In Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm out here visiting her while I'm doing this.
Okay.
You know, so she decided to move out here, I think, when I was turning maybe I was probably like 14, 15, going into the high school phase or whatever. But I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave the homies. I didn't want to leave and stuff like that. You see what I mean? Yeah. So she took my little brother and got up out of there or whatever, and I stayed. That's when I just stayed with my father. Okay. So now I have the teenage version of me going into manhood. Now I stay with my father. Okay. You know? So
how was that like?
You know, it was different. You know, it was different, but it was. I believe it was necessary. You know, for sure. I kind of wouldn't had it. You know, I kind of think of how would it be? Who would I be if I didn't have that? You know, that dynamic, that balance. Still was a balance. You know, whether it was the levels of discomfort or not. You know, but you know, of course, it was a different ball game living with pops, and you know, school kind of depleted at that time. You know, because then. When
you say depleted, you mean like you dropped out of school? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. I probably went to school freshman year, junior year. Then I pretty much started getting more into music and and some street stuff. So pretty much just went to school just to fight and rap. Then
so you were spitting bars? What kind of rapper were you?
Yeah, I started off rapping. I used to rap like Twista, back in the day.
Really?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. That Twista. Okay.
Yeah, I still release some music and stuff like that. So
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a new album coming out this year. Yeah.
So you dropping something? You spit something real quick?
Nah.
Nah, you gotta wait for the album.
Nah. But that's music's always been part of the culture. Part of everything. Except it's different now. It's back in the day it was just all about spitting to make the bars sound hot.
Yeah.
Now I realize me being who I am, understand the power of words and stuff like that.
Yes.
Now I have a responsibility on what I say, how I say it, and who it's projected to. So, I'm still going to spit, but I'm going to spit in the direction where I need to lead people.
No, exactly. Okay. You're using your voice for power. Mm-hmm. But you said you dropped out of high school and you were living with your dad. How he...
Well, he didn't know.
Really?
Yeah.
So he wasn't involved like that? He just trusted you?
Well, he went to work early. And I got up, got dressed.
Oh, you was fronting.
Left.
Oh.
Went across the street to this hospital that was across the street from the house. Pretty much ate lunch, wrote some rhymes. And then by the time he was gone, I'd be back at the crib.
So you never had no parents, teachers night, the school ain't reach out to him and say, yo, I ain't never here.
And the school I was in didn't really, they wasn't really on it like that either.
Oh, so they didn't care.
Not really.
Okay.
Well, put it like this. I wasn't dodging school because I wasn't really into the academics because I was, before the transition, But my mother kept me in particular types of schools and type of, learning environments though.
Yeah.
Then it was kind of like, you got to find your way in it type, so the school I went to, it was dangerous, you know what I'm saying? It was a danger, so I couldn't focus on school, I had to focus on kind of like getting in and out and stuff like that.
Watching your back.
Yeah, because there was times I'd be in school, I was nodding off in math class one day, and a cane came slamming on my head from a kid that didn't even go to the school. You know what I'm saying? So yes, so it was real serious or whatever.
Okay, so what age were you when you had to tell your dad, like, yo, look, pops, I ain't in school, like it's crazy over here?
Pretty much, I think the cat hit the fan around senior year,
Okay.
And then it was one of those things where I think I got kicked out. It was a thing where I was about to get kicked out of school for a fight or something like that, and then we just came to the conclusion where, all right, look, you finna go get your GED and and do this college thing or XYZ. So I just went through this little course, got my GED in a couple weeks, and went to Columbia College and continued on.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Enough diploma.
Yeah, it wasn't like it almost didn't make sense for me to be playing around for the past couple years. I could have just skipped that and did that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So school, it wasn't like a heavy, because I was always ahead actually mentally, academically and stuff like that. It just, I was in the wrong environment, to exercise that. That's all.
Okay, like Chris Rock said, that's good enough diploma.
Yeah.
And then you went to Columbia University?
Columbia College in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I went there for audio arts and acoustics, because that's where I got more into music production and stuff like that. Yeah.
Did you make beats?
Yeah, I went through my producer phase, making beats.
Hell beats.
I still haven't let it. You know how you don't let it go. I still got my keyboard. I still got all, stuff is in my room. It ain't going nowhere. Every blue moon I rub my hands across the board.
Yeah.
Is your revenue stuck? If you're an entrepreneur and your revenue is stuck, you don't need to fix your products or services. You need new audiences to discover you more consistently. Podcast guesting is the ideal way to be discovered 24 hours a day by your ideal clients. And guess what? The more people that know you, the more people can flow you. Head over to podcastmasterypack.com and take advantage of your first or next podcast. Let's go.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So did you ever drop anything back then? Like any mixtapes or any singles?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Yeah, that's all I did.
Okay.
Yeah, my life was we gonna get rich off this music. That was you talk to a guy that sold multiple cars, then tried to build a studio in his father's apartment, as if you can bust down walls inside of an apartment. It was all type of stuff going on. I was in love with music. That's the problem. That's why I had to create a balance.
Yeah.
So, but it was always a part of me, who I am. But I had to create a balance with that.
Okay. What was your first job like?
First job, I had many jobs, for one. But my first job, official job, I worked at this company called Sabrina's. I was a busboy. I was a restaurant. And then I had many jobs after that.
So what you used to do with the money? What you used to do with the money?
Spend it all on clothes. Clothes and shoes.
Staying fresh. Was that like a major thing in Chicago?
100%.
Okay, what was y'all wearing out there? I'm from New York originally. 718, but we was big on like Air Force Ones. Well,
we always had Air Force Ones, Jabos, and Pally Pale.
Yeah, Pally Pal.
Ava Rex.
Ava Rex.
You know what I'm saying? And then they just started going crazy. First of all, I can never keep up with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Ava Rex jackets cost, man.
Yeah. Then we had the $500 iceberg T-shirts.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it was just too much. It was too much. To keep up with.
Iceberg, man. I remember that, man. The Coliseum, Avenue.
See, the kids never, let you get away with not being fresh.
Oh yeah, no.
You see what I mean?
Hell no. I don't know.
I don't think I actually ever really cared, because I don't care now. You see what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
It's like, it was just for that, the entertainment purposes of everybody. I felt like it was important. You see what I mean? But that's, of course, when you're at a phase where you don't understand the important things in life.
No, facts. So that's good you say you didn't care, but what was up with the ladies? Did the ladies say, hey, back in New York, you couldn't get no girls at all unless you had on some J's or some Tommy Polo?
I think with me, I always attracted certain type of females. You see what I mean? I always had some good selections. That they were pretty much grounded. They never cared about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's good. She wasn't standing in the bus stop saying, "I don't know about."
Yeah, nah, hell no.
Okay.
Not to say I didn't have those, but even at a younger stage, I always knew how to categorize women. Because I was always taught the difference between, you know, from my, you know, my quote unquote OGs, my uncles, my father, and stuff like that. So we'd get beat up and played, you know, if we made certain moves the wrong way type stuff. So that was part of the game.
So you had a good foundation, it looks like.
Oh yeah, I learned a lot of stuff the hard way. You know, I had a lot of men that, you know, had influence, you know, in my life and stuff like that. You know, whether they knew it or not. You know, so I just had a lot of different examples to be able to determine like what's what and what's not to a certain degree. Okay,
no, that's dope, man. I love to hear that. So who introduced you to the religion, or what how do you pronounce it? I don't want to mess it up.
The Malachi Empire?
Yeah. How did you get introduced to that? At what age did you get introduced to that?
The Malachi Empire officially came about, I believe it's probably like the 5th year anniversary on that. Mm-hmm. And again, this is a tribe and a micronation that I established.
So you established it?
Yes.
So you're not a part of
No.
Malachi Z. York, Melchizedek, none of them?
No.
Really?
Not at all.
Okay, so tell us about it. Like, how did all this get started?
It started with me having issues with the law. You know, so dealing with a bunch of, you know, traffic issues, getting arrested, getting locked up. Mm-hmm. Then, of course, I had some bigger issues that, you know, that it wasn't a lot going. I had one problem in, you know, probably 2003, some gun charges, dealing with some, you know, so-called friends or whatever like that, you know. So I had to, you know, I was on my way to actually go away to school to Arizona. I was going to be a game designer.
Okay.
And, you know, riding around with the homies and stuff like that back in the day when I thought it was cool to ride 5 deep, bumping 3-6 Mafia and stuff like that. You know, get pulled over, the homie throw the gun up under the seat. And, of course, if he don't say nothing, then, you know, I got to go down for it. Then, of course, I live by the code, don't snitch. So I took charge.
So you was living by that code?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Was that a thing at that time? No 6ix9ing or?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Especially we family.
Yeah. So y'all were family, or y'all just called each other family?
Well, I never had a belief in like friends. You either my brother or nothing.
Okay.
You know.
That's solid, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. Like, I remember I was back in probably like the 8th grade. One of my homies, man, we was homies, man. We did some little stupidness, and man, we ran, and I got into the school, and I'm sitting in the auditorium. I'm like, whew, got away. Mm-hmm. 10 minutes later, is Mr. William Wayne Williams in here? Right. I'm like, how the heck? So he got jammed up and told them my name.
Oh, see.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, damn.
That's how you learn the hard way. You know how that go.
Yeah.
You know.
So how did you do time? What happened with that?
The only way I kind of got out that jam after that, you know, 2.5 year journey, you know, luckily, you know, shout out to my grandma, you know, that dropped that bread, you know, to almost about 10 grand maybe, easy, you know what I'm saying, to just to, you know, appoint me to proper counsel and stuff like that. And luckily, I never been into any trouble, you know, so no legal issues and stuff like that. Okay, just like
your first offense.
Yeah, so that kind of helped, and they kind of knew what it was, whatever like that. Then luckily, the gun didn't have any bodies on it, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, it was just going through the transition of that. So, you know, during that time, it was definitely a big hit for me. Like I said, I was on my way to college. How
old were you at that time?
I think about maybe like 19, 20. Okay. You know, so I was a full-time job, cars, all that stuff got taken away. I lost all that because I still sat a few months. You see what I mean?
Okay.
Then that was during the time when the county was overpopulated. Mm-hmm. So I got released on house arrest. Mm. You know, so that was a whole nother ball game and stuff right there. But
so for a few months that you were in there, how was that time in there? Bother you?
This is my thing. I don't like a day in jail. It's like I don't understand. It's like 1 minute is like 1 day for me. You see what I mean?
1 minute is like 5 years.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So for me, but since I always knew how to survive. Okay. You know, I already had that training. Mm-hmm. So honestly, the only thing I had a fear of there is who they call the
head god or
the dick doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
That was my only fear because it was horror stories
don't drop the soap.
Yeah, you have to go through a procedure where they did it to kind of figure out if the man had something.
But that was in the county jail, or that was in prison?
No, this was in Cook County Jail, Chicago. They used to put the man's thing on the table and hit it with a rubber mallet, and they would pluck it on the rubber with a rubber mallet, and if you had something, it'll pop out or something. You know?
What the heck?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's when they started doing the thing when they do the Q-tip thing. You know, as well. It's like this long Q-tip thing.
Who's doing that? The prison guards or
no, the doctor. It was a doctor.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a doctor. And I was one of the only ones that escaped that in there.
How you escaped that?
I think I probably was the only one.
Because I saw on your page you doing kung fu. When you learned that, I was like, yo, I gotta let go. I was like, okay, this man Prince Leroy in his piece.
Shout out to, like I say, back to, you know, us not having the perfect family.
Yeah.
But they sort of provided all the right elements to me. You know what I'm saying? So that was a part of my, you know.
The kung fu or the karate?
In general, martial arts in general.
Okay.
So my father was pretty much black belt, you know what I'm saying, in martial arts. And then, you know, we just had a family of that. That was a part of our family. You know what I'm saying? You know.
So you kept it up.
Yeah.
I saw you with the nunchucks on some Bruce Lee type ish. I was like,
those are actually my father's.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's how long I've been practicing with nunchucks.
Okay, yeah. That's awesome, bro.
Are you a business owner, entrepreneur, entertainer, and you got a story to tell? You want to get your brand out there to the world? Well, you reached the right place. Let's set up an exclusive interview between me and you. I Talk Gray, and we're going to go ahead and get your brand out there to the world. But here what you do. Go ahead and send me an email with the words gray at italkgraymedia@gmail.com. See you soon.
So, all right. So you got locked up. You got away from the doctor or the doctor, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I just got out. I just got out the way. You know, I got out the way.
Okay. So where do we get the empire from? Like, what sparked that? I know you said the law, but like, where were you when you said, yo, I'm about to dive into this?
It started from me having legal issues, but like I said, once I started doing my studies and going through the different processes and phases, you know, I started doing credit repair for people.
Okay.
You know, so that opened me up to a lot of different areas of law, dealing with contracts and, you know, just general administrative paperwork and stuff like that. And then I got more into, you know, maybe court defenses and stuff like that, learning how to draft up affidavits, declarations, and, you know, file motions, deal with the court, deal with the clerk, and just started getting remedy, you know, for different things. And, you know, realized that, you know, law is, so that's when I stepped it up a notch, and I started taking certification classes from, you know, Yale and Harvard University. So that's when I got my first certifications in law. And then I started stacking up on certifications. You see what I mean? Then from there, with doing my own private studies and stuff like that. So, you know,
is this like you're sovereign?
We don't use that word because sovereign citizen has a bad word. Has a bad rep.
Because I be seeing cats that, yo, we sovereign and we could say whatever we want.
Well, everyone is sovereign. You know, so that's like saying
everyone is sovereign?
Everyone is sovereign. You know, everybody has the option to operate in their royal capacity, in their private capacity. You know, sovereign means private or foreign. You know, foreign from something. You know, technically we all are foreign from the subject matter. Whether it's the United States, whether it's anything outside of you is foreign. You see what I mean? So that's
the real meaning of the word foreign. You know, you're foreign. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You think it's something else.
Yeah, just something outside of self. You know what I'm saying? So anything inside of self, you are operating in that sovereign capacity anyway. So you don't need a stamp or ID to identify you as that. You know, that works.
You don't need a driver's license or
no. That different groups have perverted that word, and now it's even though it has valid to it, it has meaning to it, but it just now we choose not to even use that word. You see?
Wow. Okay. So, all right, that's interesting, right? I mean, you know, you grow up with that type of thought process, like, hey, you know, your birth certificate, you know, you got your driver's license when you're 18 or you're 16. You know, it's just these things are so like prominent to us, right? But I saw something on your page where you have like indigenous.
Mm-hmm.
So are you? You said foreign, but are you saying like you're foreign? Like explain that. Like you say, are you indigenous to this land, or where you're indigenous to?
Right. So we are indigenous to the land we call America, or North America. This particular landmass. We're part of the indigenous people here. Right.
Okay.
Now we could be real technical. I'm talking about as far as me. Me personally, I was born here. You see what I mean? You see me? I don't like. We can start going back into. I wasn't here 10,000 BC. I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I can only argue.
I like
facts.
how you put that in there, because I'm like, okay.
I can only argue facts.
We know
as far as what I absolutely know, and everything else what people think.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody even has a bear witness to even a living person that was here during a particular time anyway to argue what was happening in BC. Right? Mm-hmm. So I only talk about what I know. Okay. So what I know is I'm indigenous here, right? Mm-hmm. So, but I'm only talking about the landmass. So when I say foreign, I mean foreign from the corporation that has claim to the landmass, which is the United States of America.
Okay, that man dropping bars. Because I'm like, all right. Because I look at it like, okay, hey, we're black, right?
So no, we're not black.
We're not? So, I mean, what is this?
Black.
It's not melanin?
You're not black.
This is not black.
His shirt black.
No, okay. We're not black in terms of like the color, but we would be classified as black people, like African people.
And that is the wrong classification.
Really? So
yes.
So you wouldn't look at yourself as an African?
No, I can't say that either. Now I have African. When I was 13, I was in Africa and I went through the whole tribal initiation. I have my own African tribal name. Went through the whole.
Really?
So
okay.
I have. Look here. I have cousins. Mexican, Puerto Rican. I have different. I can't say
like blood cousins. Or people you just say it is your cousin?
No, blood cousin. So I and you and all of us have many siblings and affiliated family members, right? Mm-hmm. So it's up to you to say I'm more of this than anything. I don't know. Whoever.
So you never did like your genetics, like your DNA.
No, we have that.
Okay, so I mean, what did it say? I mean, when you look at the percentage, what did it say?
And I still don't 100% believe in that because still, you know what I'm saying? Still, that's a whole nother ball game within itself too. Especially the source, the main source that they promote on TV.
Yeah.
That's utilizing our DNA to do God knows what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before they give you back their so-called results. But what I'm telling you is, I'm foreign to the corporation.
Okay.
I'm native to the land. And I have many indigenous relations with many melanated groups all across the world. Okay. That's all I know. You see what I mean?
Okay.
For sure. Whether it's you look, I have whether you're African, whether you Hebrew, whether you're Moor, whether you from this Indian tribe, these are my cousins.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? They're closer cousins than anybody else. So it's like, that's where we get caught up into the separation again. Mm-hmm. We're this, I'm that. It's too many, these groups.
I definitely agree.
All these groups.
There is a lot of separation. I saw a post that you had too, to bring it back about what you said about separation. Mm-hmm. It was with Yada Awakening.
Yeah.
He was saying that Kevin Samuels was causing separation. I don't necessarily agree with that, but what is your take on that? Because, I mean, you posted it, so I said I got to ask you about that.
I'm glad you said that. I do things sometimes to kind of trigger things.
Yeah.
Because I posted that right before I got on the plane to get here, and then when I got off the plane, it was mayhem on my post.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, okay, Yada be going in. You know what I'm saying? I like him.
He do. I do.
But I didn't agree with what he said about Kevin Samuels. I think people take the wrong turn with him. Mm-hmm. I feel like they got rid of him, the people that, you know what I'm saying? But
I don't think so.
Really? So you think he really died from?
Hell no. Not to say
drinking Red Bull.
Not to say it was no foolishness going on.
No
but
foul
but when you said the way you said it, that means like them people got rid of him.
I don't want to. We got to be careful.
Let me just say this. Kevin Samuels didn't save enough lives or free enough people for the people to be after Kevin Samuels. Let's cut that out.
He was getting popular.
That doesn't.
He was single-handedly.
But he was getting popular in the right ways. Look.
Yeah, but he was opening up the minds.
No, he was not.
Of young black women.
No, he was not.
That's what I saw from it.
Let me tell you.
I don't know if you watched this channel.
I'm gonna tell you my personal perspective.
All right, no, go ahead.
And this is funny you brought that up because I say I need to have this conversation because I see the people's mind frame. Everybody like either Kevin or Yacht. I'm not going for either one per se, right? It's things that it's like I see the point in what he was doing, right? I see the point in what Yada is talking about, right? But to clarify what Kevin Samuels was not doing is, if you, during his process, am I right or wrong? During his process, did he not bring down the woman? Did he not break the woman down?
I don't think he was bringing her down. I think he was bringing a level of awareness of
in order to do that, you have to break them down. Sometimes you have to break people in order to fix them.
No, that's true. But when you use the word break, it does sound bad, and I think that's where people was getting confused with him.
But if we could watch, just pull up 10 videos.
Yeah. He was breaking the illusion. Yes.
Anytime you have to give somebody hard truth, no matter how they feel about it, is breaking them down. That means they have to deal with some emotional and psychological. Okay, that's just what it is. You see what I mean? So okay. So let's be fair. Let's be fair, because I know I can pull up at least 20 videos right now without scrolling, and that's happening. Facts. Okay. So I agree with it at the same time.
Yes.
The only problem with it is that because I understand the true process of rebuilding the mind or a person in general, man or woman. Mm-hmm. The problem is if he took the initiative to break anybody down, you hold the exact responsibility to build them back up. He broke them down and left them stranded.
Okay, I mean, he wasn't a doctor, though.
God, well, he should have been doing what he was doing. Why are you putting somebody on your table and cutting? No,
he ain't no therapist.
How are you putting somebody on your table, opening them up with your tools, and then walking out the room?
Yeah, but that's a doctor.
Put yourself back together.
He was just a great communicator and knew how to look at the psychological minds and the whole delusional mental state of a lot of black women. So I get what you're saying, but I feel like we put too much. He wasn't Dr. Umar.
He shouldn't have been doing what he was doing then.
But I feel like it was great because it sparked the thought. For a lot of these women to be like, yo, hold on. I got 5 baby daddies. I'm looking for a man that make $300,000 a year.
Okay.
I'm delusional.
Okay, cool. The only reason why I still hold that against him is because you're 100% right. We need that. We still need that because there's too much of other stuff going. Things that are just not being said.
Yeah.
Right? So somebody has to say it. But the thing is, once you start getting popularized and getting so much power and influence and clout for doing a particular thing or for being a certain way, sometimes the person gets addicted to that portion.
Okay.
And that's what I know he did. Because now I can feel it in his whole spirit. Doing any live situation, he is looking forward to breaking the woman down. He is looking forward. Like
he broke men down too.
Yeah, I see he did that before, but that wasn't as popular
because they glorified that. Women, you know, when you tell the truth to women, it's gonna be magnified times 10. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I also feel like there was some propaganda being spewed in there as well. To bring it back to something else too, or to bring some awareness to something. You know, Tyler Perry was supposed to acquire BET. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I saw today that it didn't actually go through.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you think it really matters if BET is black owned or not?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, so let me say it like this then. Do you think? Because I look at it like, okay, yeah, you're black, but what is your mindset like? Because I feel like the reason why they allowed Tyler Perry to acquire it or even possibly acquire it, because he wouldn't be opening up the minds of the people. He wouldn't be creating no She King or no Shaka Zulu
exactly.
or even Malachi.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He would be okay to acquire
his black. Let me tell you something. First of all,
that's my opinion.
Let me tell you. First of all, that wouldn't even count as being black though. You know what I'm saying?
If he owned it?
If we entertain the word black for that particular purpose, right?
Okay.
First of all,
we're going to talk about that too.
First of all, if you want to have a black-owned anything of power, you better build it yourself, right?
Okay, yeah.
Ain't no coming in and acquiring I'm going to acquire, and just going to.
You don't believe in
the only time that's going to, but the only time that's going to happen for real if it fits a particular agenda in which that black card don't really have any significant power to uplift anything black with it, right?
Okay.
So his black card is filled with Skittles. Okay? So that's why it was a conversation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because last time I checked, the only nation of people or group of people that had the power and influence to create and to elevate quicker than any other nation built from scratch is that particular nation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah, of course.
Who else got their flag right next to the American flag that quick?
Yeah.
That quick.
That quick.
You better not say nothing about it.
Yeah, no, we ain't saying nothing.
That's the right, because we ain't gotta say it, but they know it's
Yeah. We ain't got no problem.
That's almost as bad as the J word.
Yeah. So I also saw, right? No, you're 100% right about that, right? I don't want to go over that, but also I saw you put something called spiritual contract. Explain that.
Spiritual contracts. So we have spiritual contracts with either just deities in general, or we have spiritual contracts in relationships, going through sexual intercourse. It's just spiritual contracts. Most people are not aware that they are up under spiritual contracts or spiritual obligations.
You mean like a soul tie?
Well, people worship things and or people to get something in return. You see what I mean? Whether it's protection, whether it's freedom, whether it's it's one main thing that humans do the most here is fear, right?
Yeah.
And then that's kind of what keeps everybody in control. People fear something, and the biggest thing people fear here is death, right? So that the biggest spiritual leaders are the ones that promise to save us once you transcend from here. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to go to that hot place called hell. You know what I'm saying? You can go to heaven. You can live like everybody want to live. It's always a lifestyle marketing exists everywhere.
Yeah.
And like I say, everybody has a fear of being alone and so-called dying, right? That means that any religion or religious organization that preaches or teaches or sells people the aspect of death, to me, is a fraud. Because there's no such thing as death. You can never cease to exist. Your energy can never cease to exist. Your spirit can never cease to exist. It can just transcend and transform. So if I'm telling you, if you give me your prayer, I will give you eternal life. I'm just offering you some shit you already got.
The hustler. Okay. Wow.
Is your revenue stuck? If you're an entrepreneur and your revenue is stuck, you don't need to fix your products or services. You need new audiences to discover you more consistently. Podcast guesting is the ideal way to be discovered 24 hours a day by your ideal clients. And guess what? The more people that know you, the more people can flow you. Head over to podcastmasterypack.com and take advantage of your first or next podcast. Let's go.
So you're saying your movement, right? Is it a movement? What would you consider it to be? The Malachi, I'm sorry, I don't know.
It's all inclusive, but we are unfederally contracted tribal organization, and we are classified as a micronation. So a micronation is a nation inside of a nation.
So what's the nation outside of that nation?
Any other nation outside of the United States.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a nation inside the United.
Yeah, and we're saying within inside the United States because this is the jurisdiction. The jurisdiction.
Okay.
That particular nation has a majority of the land that's the part of that jurisdiction. So until we acquire more territories for the Malachi Empire, which will be considered the Republic of Malachi, now will be formed and classified, have more of a country classification. So the nation reflects the people, right?
Yeah.
The territories reflect the country.
The nation reflects
the people.
The people.
The people are the nation.
Okay.
The republic is the country.
Okay, the republic is the country. Oh wow. Okay. So who do you guys believe in terms of God or deity or?
The closer, we don't project or sell any particular deity to anybody. Our philosophy is the closer you get to self, the closer you get to God.
Okay, so it's like a kind of like a knowledge of self.
Absolutely.
Like the 5%ers?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's not like no Jim Jones type thing. I mean, you gotta ask. I'm like, okay, I feel like when I start to see symbols, ancient symbols that groups acquire, you gotta kind of question, because I saw some symbols that you guys use. Like I saw a symbol on your website. It was the Ankh. Then I saw some other symbols that look like the hieroglyphics. So I'm like, okay, are you guys borrowing it? Or are you saying, hey, we got this from here, but we're using it within our empire?
Well, this is the thing. The true meanings of the symbols, I don't know what they're using it for and what but we
You mean they? You mean they?
Whoever you saw using those symbols outside of us.
The ancient Egyptians.
Yeah, so it's like they had their purpose, we have ours. But as far as the actual meaning of like the infinity symbol, right? Mm-hmm. The meaning of the Ankh, the balance between the masculine and female energy.
Yes.
That ain't got nothing to do with Egyptian. That's just what the symbol means. You see what I mean?
Well, they were the first ones to bring that forth to life. I mean, they wasn't called Egyptians. We know that's a Greek word. It was called the land of Kemet, which means the black land. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was saying earlier, like, black did exist. It just was in another language, because that's what Kemet meant, right? But they were the first ones to introduce that in terms of the Ankh and things like that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's where you got that from, or no?
I can't say I got that from the Egyptians, though.
But it's the same symbol.
But this is the thing. Where have you seen us with just the Ankh?
No. I saw it on your website.
It's not just the symbol is actually.
It was a guy like doing like it was called. Spiritual.
You're looking at
self ministries.
Eternal self ministries.
So. Yeah. Eternal self ministries.
Yeah, so that's our religious section, for where we practice sacred medicines such as ayahuasca and DMT and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's a part of our religion as well. So you saw a logo in reference to that, but the actual symbol itself for Eternal Self Ministries is the Ankh, and then the arms of the Ankh is actually an infinity symbol, and then it has the left eye Horus and the right eye Horus inside of the eyes. So that's our symbol. Just like the
eye of Horus is your symbol? No, I'm trying to gain clarity here. That's what you said?
No, you gotta listen. What I'm telling you is we adopted ancient symbols and we reinvented our own symbol. And you see what I mean? It's like we're invoking powers of different symbols, and we created a new symbol that reflects us, that identifies us.
Okay. No, I get it, because it's just kind of like, Nas, he said everybody associates the Eye of Horus, or Isis with the Middle East. Mm-hmm. And I realized that was the name of the African goddess, you know what I'm saying? Which her original name was Aset, but they changed it over to Isis, you know what I'm saying? Just like Heru. But then now it's Horus, you know what I'm saying? And Asaru was Osiris, you know what I'm saying? So I know people can take things and then put it into their own things. Even the Nazi, the swastika, wasn't.
And all that shit ain't got nothing to do with the person either. It was the sun sets, the sun falls. It's all metaphysical anyway. Yeah. So see, to even have like human conversations, we have to say him or she. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get into all that. You know what I'm saying? I just bring the foundational meaning of things, and I either create something from scratch, or I bring it to if I'm using a symbol that's identified by somebody else, I'm only using the principal meaning of it. Nothing else, nothing more. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
Ain't no plagiarism. You ain't claiming it for like yourself.
Who has the copyright for that? just let me know.
It sounds kind of pimpy. It sounds kind of like
who has the trademark? We can go to the patent office right now.
Yo, that's a good one. Okay. All right. So
that's a good question though. Now look,
because it's kind of like the same thing. What them do? They go into the ancient places. They take out artifacts, and you see them in the Vatican. You see them in their museums, and it's like, yo. But I feel like we gotta step up for our stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if we're not associating with the motherland, we're saying we here, there, like how you said somebody in Puerto Rican. Yeah, Puerto Rico is the name of the place, but you're still black or you're still African. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. It don't matter where you was born. You see what I'm saying? That's how I see it. Because that's how they separate us too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from Haiti, or I'm from Barbados.
Yeah.
Bro,
100%.
I saw something on your site too. You know what I'm saying? Because I was scrolling, I was doing my due diligence, and you said that the child support agency has a connection to the birth certificate application.
Yeah.
How?
When you pull up your the birth certificate application, I don't know how Florida looks, whatever. It's all pretty much the same thing. It's called the acknowledgement of paternity, the voluntary acknowledgement of paternity. So when you look at the bottom, it tells you that by signing this form, talking to the mother and the father, you're acknowledging that you're saying that you acknowledge the rights that you waived and created by signing this form. And if you want a certified copy of this application, please visit childsupport.yourstate.gov.
What?
So it's a dual application. It's an application for the your state birth certificate, and then it's an application for child support. That's why child support has such interest in you and your family's lives. And we don't know how do we contract with you. This is a third party company. First of all, it's a private company. All these agencies are nothing but companies. We have to understand, ask ourselves, how did they get a right to contract with us? How are we obligated to contract and do business? We're customers to them. How are we obligated?
Child support?
Yes.
What? I'm still on child support.
And child support court is not even real.
What? How not? My daughter they put me on child support in New York. And she lives here now, and I called them, and they was like, well, it don't come off till she's 21. But I'm like, she don't even live there no more. And they still taking money out of my check.
That's because an affiliate of this company is your employer, right? So
hold on, my employer is an affiliate?
Yeah, by default of your W-2 application.
What?
when you fill that, she said, "Come on, dog."
This so great. Yo, what the hell am I hearing here? W-2? But ain't that for them to file my taxes though?
By being a W-2 and W-4 employee, that automatically makes you an employee of the state, like a government employee.
Even if I don't have a job?
Now, you're not postal and, police and stuff like that. Those are different level government employees. Mm-hmm. But you are still subject to government employment. That's why you get government benefits. Think about it.
Like 401k and stuff like that?
Well.
Or like food stamps?
I
don't get food stamps, but I'm just saying stuff like that.
More so Social Security, which they take out every time you get paid.
And FICA.
Yeah. You see what I mean? Now, those are benefits, right? So what happens is...
I don't know benefits of that.
What happens is we agree to accept these benefits, right? So by accepting these benefits through this contract, you are also waiving your rights.
What? This is crazy.
So, okay, let me tell you what child support does. When they're ready to get you, they contact you. It's a couple different ways they get you. Either by way of your residence, where you live, your address, which is why we tell people stop contracting with these agencies with your personal information. Stop using. You have to create private profiles to operate in the public.
Private profiles?
We have to create private profiles to operate in the public, meaning with information that's private to you or private to them that protects you in the public. Like when the application asks you for your phone number, don't give them your actual cell phone number or your house number. They ask you for your address. Don't give them your legal home address you have a mailing address. You have a number that they can contact you on if they have any inquiries. You see what I mean? So, but anytime you contract with a company via application, you provide these informations, by default, they can share this information with any of their affiliates, which is child support and all these other guys that come try to contract with you. They get this information because you give it to them. You see what I mean? So the first person, there's two different ways they get you. Either come straight to your house with the court order, right? At first they try to get you at home, right? Because by giving them your address, you just gave them the power to address you.
Damn. This man spitting bars.
Everybody that got your, you got the governor's address?
No.
You got the mayor's address? You got these police officers' address? Why do we think it's okay for them to have our personal addresses? If you lost your wallet today, right, and your driver's license and stuff was in there, right? It's one thing to lose all the money in it if you have money in there, right? But it's another thing for your documentation to be in there, which also has what on there?
Your address.
Which is an invasion of privacy. So now this is an endangerment to your life, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So nothing about this is safe. And it even says on the back of your Social Security card, do not share this information with anybody. It told you that. And it told you on the back of the Social Security card that this number does not belong to you. It belongs to the Social Security Administration, and you must give it back if we ask for it.
It say that?
Yes.
Gotta go home and check that.
But we signed the contract, but we never looked on the back of the contract.
Damn. It's just like when you buy water, nobody never look on the back to see that they got sodium, calcium, all this kind of stuff in the water. Damn. This, bro, we might have to do a part 2 because we coming up to wrap up, but yo, this is crazy. So, okay, how can somebody get involved with this program? Like, I'm kind of interested now.
Look, privacy is your ultimate protection. Our biggest focus is teaching our people that, you know, revamping, reorganizing the family household, the family dynamic, you know, teaching people to understand the importance of understanding contracts and trust. Understanding
like a trust fund.
Trust in general.
Okay.
You know, trust in estate planning. You know, these are essentials. You see what I mean? And understanding how to operate in the public, in the commercial world, in the commercial space. You know what I'm saying? You need brand new phone number, brand new mailing address. Now you turn that mailing address, which may be the UPS store, right? Okay, so say if somebody tried to put you on child support and the sheriff come to try to serve you at your address, he's gonna go to the UPS store, and now Sandra at the front desk is gonna say, okay, I'll let him know. I'll put it in his mailbox. Yeah, that's an improper serve. That's an indirect serve. They can't serve somebody, a third party, to get to you. They gotta come. Hi, your name is such and such, right? Yeah. Then you have to acknowledge that you're that person, and then that counts as a serve. Damn. So if they can't serve you, how can they?
We got to keep this brother safe, because this type of information. How long you been putting out this?
About 13 to 15 years now. Yeah. So then they go to your employer, because everybody got to go to work. Yeah. Everybody got to go to work. That's what they get most guys.
Yeah. See, they serve me right there.
Look,
in training.
Look, most guys, they feel like they got it halfway. We got this in the streets where don't put nothing in our name, right? Yeah. They put in your baby mama's names or some girls or whatever. That is right. But they didn't have an alternative solution outside of that. Yeah. Don't nothing go in my name. Nor is it gonna go in her name.
Yeah, you gotta protect her too.
It's gonna go into the name of my trust. In God we trust. They told you that on the dollar bill. Yeah. It's supposed to stay in trust. We went with ownership comes liability. If you say black folks, they taught black folks ownership. I own this house, I own this car. Rich people don't talk about owning nothing. Why do you think Donald Trump can build the Trump Towers and then fire everybody when it's time to pay up? Damn. Who are they gonna sue? They didn't know that the company that hired them was a shell company under a private trust. So you can't sue the Trump Towers. Damn. But thanks a lot for your service.
Thanks a lot for your service.
I'm just saying, you know.
No. This is very interesting, and I am very interested, bro. So how can people get involved with your program? Like, what's the first steps? Like, how do we get signed up?
Well, there's a link. Like I hate this.
Link in the bio.
There's a link in the bio. Just click the link in the bio. You ain't got to worry about nothing else in life. We're gonna save it. No, that's not true.
Okay.
There's a process, but the link is in the bio as far as for membership sign where you guys access the website and just get inside first, and then we have meetings every Monday nights, every Tuesday nights. We're trying to have something on the schedule every week.
Like Zoom.
On Zoom, and then we also have our own private networks too. It's called Oxium. That's our version of Zoom.
Okay.
We do have our own university called the University of Malachi. That'll be releasing to the public in September. We have our private everything. We have our own private telephone communication systems.
They can't tap in.
No, we have our own private servers.
Really, y'all really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We can't tell you not to operate with this without giving you the alternative. We can't tell you don't use their driver's license. We can't provide our own driver's licenses.
So y'all have your own driver's license?
Yeah, on driver's licenses, on passports, on everything.
I saw the passport.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tribal identification, which gives you tax exemption, so you don't have to pay taxes on anything anymore. We got people that come in, go buy cars, completely tax exempt. Putting their homes in family trusts,
So how you work? How you get money?
What do you mean?
So you don't have money? I don't identify with money?
No, you don't have to pay taxes on your purchase.
Oh, okay, but how do you get money? How are you making money? Do you have a job?
It's all about. Yeah, my job is the Malachi Empire. You say what? I'm not doing this part time and then going to I'm finna go clock in.
I didn't know if you were at the bank or.
I'm at work right now. This is my job. This is what we do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but at the same time, see, most black organizations are ignorant in business. So, like I said, we have up under the Malachi Empire, it has different subsections or subdivisions that offer services. Like the state has the DMV that offers driver's license services. Mm-hmm. We have our own DMV called the Foreign National Travel Administration. You see what I mean? So that's the division that offers the identification for a driver's license and driving permits. And then we have Trade Capital that offers the business formation and trust and estate planning. So different subsectors offer different services. So all of these are different entities that I pretty much created up under the Malachi Empire.
Wow, this is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm so glad you came through and dropped this knowledge.
We can't use the American dollar either. We have our own currency.
What?
Yeah.
So how you buying all it?
So
is that a rollie?
When people come in, look. When people come in, just like you come in any other state, you have to go to the currency exchange first. So you exchange the U.S. dollars over into the Malachi coins, and then you can go to the marketplace and purchase.
Man. So you got your own like Bitcoin type thing?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So ours is now backed by the Ethereum blockchain.
Yo, this is heavy. Okay.
I'm trying to get y'all to understand.
It's processed a little bit.
We play both sides of the fence, though. Like I said, we're into business. We just structure our businesses that provides you with the level of security and protection that you need to operate. We still do the traditional business, except we do private businesses. We still do credit. Trade Capital reports directly to all the business credit bureaus. You come in, register your business. We issue you in-house lines of credit. It's starting at $5,000.
Wow. Okay, bro. We definitely might have to get a part two because we got to go pay some bills, man. Yo, but let everybody know where they can find you at.
On Instagram is Hail Lord Razor, HailLordRazor. And then, like I said, click the link in the description to join the net. We do have a free membership. You guys just want to sign up and just, tune into some of the lectures or meetings. And, the doors of the church are open, for sure.
No, I'm definitely going to be tuning in, for sure. Man, we got to set up an affiliate link. You know what I'm saying?
Look, everything we do, we make it make sense. So everything we have is always an affiliate set. So if you got a whole family that's signing up, they say give them your link. Don't give them our link.
Okay, you got to make it say grade.
Yeah, because we have membership levels, ambassador membership levels. So after a certain amount of people sign up, you get discounts on everything, or become a gold ambassador. You pretty much don't got to pay for anything anymore.
Really? I can get one of them cool chains right there.
Yeah, and people of influence like you, we pretty much take care of y'all anyway.
Okay,
that's why I come in bearing gifts. Just yours.
Yo, this is love. So what about is it like multiple wives? tribes in this tribe thing? How'd that go?
I mean, you gotta, it takes a village. It takes a village, you know.
Okay. I like this already.
so those are 2 books that have been created.
I appreciate this.
That's from our publishing company, the publishing house in Malachi.
Okay.
You know, we own everything. You know, from the publishing, and we just use an outside distribution.
Yeah.
That's all. You know.
Man,
that name that's on the front of there. You notice it's not.
Yeah. What
everything we do is in the private. That's Neapolis Malik Malachi. Now the name is on the side of the book, but I don't put it on the front because that's public.
Okay.
And it's also even if they went off the name that's on the side of the book, that's still not my government name. Want to know why it's not my government name?
Oh,
because that's my government's name.
Oh, this man's spitting bars. That's not my government name. That's my government. Yo, what the? So my name ain't Wayne?
Think about it. Think about all these.
I mean, I know how they got us, you know, Kuta. You know what I'm saying? But
just think about it, though. Like, we go into business. Think about celebrities, major contract deals up under their government name. That means anything they do now, if you allow these people to build you up under your government name at that, you can't never break past that now. You can't stop and say, well, I'm just going to do this and do that. No. You gotta fulfill these agreements within these contracts. Even all the terms you didn't understand in the beginning. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Why you think niggas be ending up in dresses and stuff?
Yo, yeah, we okay.
You think that was? Come on.
Yeah, no.
I think they end up in those back rooms.
Yeah.
The weird ass parties. You think? Come on.
You trying to get us shut down?
I'm trying to tell our people how to prevent that stuff. How to properly go into contracts.
Yeah, no, facts. Because
it's getting bad out here.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. I 100% agree with you. But brother, yo, I'm definitely going to be tapping in with you because
appreciate you having me. Appreciate it.
No, of course, I appreciate you for coming out all the way from Chicago, from Chi-Town. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to be reading these, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Williams. I Talk Gray, and we out of here. Make sure you click that link below and subscribe.
Peace.